Hello and welcome back to another video of Reese Goes Karting. Today we'll be going back to Teamsport Cambuslang for another public session with my dad and my friends Stefan and Brody. So the lights go green and let's go racing. We start this race off behind my dad and we're going to start trying to push through some back markers and try and get some good laps. Managed to get down here in the inside, my dad coming up the up ramp. Starting to catch up to some other drivers. Trying to catch up to this guy in front of us, but we have a terrible exit to that and smash into the barriers, which is quite embarrassing. But I've not been in a while, and it's the first red flag of the session, just normal team sport procedures. Back to green we go. We're trying to squeeze past a lot of these people, but we're on the outside here, so we only get past one. Try going on the outside of this guy, but we can't really. He's defending quite a lot. Managed to catch up to this guy, get and he's inside, but he still get inside there, and get pushed out of the way, and that forces Brody through, which I think he thinks I let him past, but I didn't really have a choice. But this is a time lapse of us trying to get past this guy. Is not letting any of us through. Even though we're quicker, it just blocks us off. But even though it's a public session, as we come up here, Brody gets this guy on the inside, and he takes off. And then I'm left behind him. Try to squeeze through his inside here, but he just tried to hit me. He's got the inside here, so he just stays in front. That back marker line is past there. So, as you can see, we're really catching him on the corners, the entries, because he kind of parks the car in the apex. But we are definitely way quicker around the corners than he is, but he's just defending so much. And we try to squeeze around the inside again, but it blocks us off. Coming in the inside. our kart is either faster than his or he's not going to accelerate a lot because we're catching up to him a lot in the straights. This is me trying to lock in and get past him. Managed to get right behind him and get him round this corner again. But except it sticks this time and I get in front of him. I'm definitely happy about this, so then I can get some good laps in. After a few corners we start catching up to this individual. Get a good exit here and manage to catch up to him here. And can't get past in these corners. But we managed to get a wee switch back done and get him in the up ramp. And that is the end of session 1. As we come into session 2, we are closer to the front of the grid than the last time. Well, basically just sitting in the middle of the grid. But we get let out the pits and we're on the yellows. Try to warm up our tyres as much as we can. And on this session I actually set my personal best. I got a 39.5, but for some people it might not be that quick, but this is probably like my 4th time coming here, so for me it's pretty good. And we start the race off with going down the inside of this guy. I think he let us pass. I forgot to wave, which wasn't quite good. But we start to catch up to this guy in front. We slowly try to get past him here, just before the down ramp, and try to catch up to the rest of the pack in front, which was mayhem. Not really happy with my lines at the start of this session. I was quite messy, but as the session goes on I start to get some clean laps and get some quick laps as well. As you can see, we start to catch up to a pack in front. And one of those racers, well, drivers, is a bit messy and causes a bit of trouble, so keep an eye on the car in front of us, I think. I know the car in front of us, but he's got the same suit. Just look out for somebody in a red suit. with the full Teamsport kit. Right, keep an eye on this guy. This guy is the person that causes a lot of trouble. So, I'm catching up a lot to this guy. He's not letting me through, there's a lot of gaps, but he's just closing me off. I'm getting really close to get past, but he squishes me into the barrier. It's quite obvious that I'm faster than this guy, because you can see at the corners I'm just catching right up to his back bumper, and even at the straights I need to let off the accelerator because how much I'm catching up with him. A little bit of bumping going on. He's just not letting me pass. I can't find an opening, and if I do find an opening, he'll just close it or smash into me. So right, let's see that again. Look how much space there is there, and he just closes it off inside, and there was so much room, and it just closes it off and smashes me into a barrier, which I'm not really happy about.
Just a bit more cautious going for gaps, okay?
And this marshal decides to say, be a bit more cautious, taking overtakes or something. But there was so much room, but it just closes me off. Apparently that's my fault, but to be honest, it kind of helped. Now I've got so much clean air, and I'm letting my dad catch up with me so he can follow my lines, because I'm a bit quicker than my dad. No offence, Dad, but I'm slowing down so he can follow my lines. But after a while, I'll just get a bit impatient and start driving away to get some hot laps in. But as you can see, there's absolutely no one in front of me, and I've just got so much room to get some good laps in. It's so good having clean air. All my lines are getting way more cleaner and way more tighter, and you can tell that I'm getting quicker, and this is where I've got my this is the session that I got the fastest lap, which I'm not surprised about with all the clean air I got. Coming in that bit there, it's hard to get your car to not bog down to try and get a good exit of the hairpin, well, the first hairpin anyways, after the straight, the small straight, but keeping my lines as tight as possible. cleaner is just so good for getting good laps in. But I catch up to our back marker, but he sees me coming and he lets me through. I like the back markers that let you through, but I just really don't like the ones that try to defend even though you're like 10 times faster. But oh well. We come down here and we start to catch up to this guy in front of us. Took me a little bit longer to catch up with him than I thought, but caught him with him there because he was in the brakes so early. But he also went fast, which was cool. So that pretty much concludes the session. As the check-in funds go up and we make our way to the pits. For me that was a good session apart from that crash, but it kind of did help me so I could get a good lap, and so I wasn't stuck behind him in the hail race. But that's the end of that session, and we have a 15 minute break until the next session, which was crazy as well. After a small wait, we get into the cars for session 3. We head at the pits and I'm behind Brody. And I think I attempt to follow his lines, but I was going to attempt to follow his lines, but he wanted to go to the back of the queue to get some good laps, I assume. So let's go green and we go racing for the last time in the night. I'm really bad at entry to that and hit the barrier pretty badly. I'm trying to catch up to these guys in front of me. My lines are getting cleaner and cleaner as we go, well, apart from the start of the session, so we don't talk about that. They're getting cleaner and cleaner and we're catching up to, well, not catching up to these people, but catching up to the other. It's a bit slower. But it looks there's a lot of battling up here, so we start to catch up to this guy. He just lets us through, which was easy, nice. But somebody tries to stick my nose in when I was going up that up ramp, and it's a yellow flag. I don't know if this was Teamsport at the time, or it was just, or somebody crashed, but looks like it was just the Teamsport things, just light testing, even though we've already been on for 2 sessions before this, but they have to do it. But this guy sneakily, these 2 guys sneakily come through, but the guy on the left was Stefan, but he didn't make it through. But the guy in front slid through. My reaction time was a slug after that yellow flag, but we can't do anything about it now. But that was the same guy that spun me out, and he held me up in the first session, and he's going to hold me up again. I think this guy just needs to let me through, but there's a bit bumping around going on in front of me, which lets me past one of them. But he finds his way back through. Because I actually left him some room, unlike some people that just smash folk into a barrier. But there was a yellow flag anyways, and there's a big group of people up here which I tried to squeeze through, and I get past one of them. There's a lot of bumping going on, but to come up the up ramp, and there's a lot of battling going on, so I just kind of stay back and accidentally hit this guy. But there's a lot of space here, and Brody tries to slip through, and then there was a which ended up in a 3-car crash, but luckily nobody spun round, so everything could just drive away. So this is that guy that spun me out. That's in front of me, and he's going to hold me up this whole race, pretty much. Which was quite annoying, because I bet my personal best the last race, so I thought I could have got a better lap this one, but I guess not, because this guy decided I'm just going to ruin this guy's day. I could have just went in a small gap and got myself killed again, so I can be at the back. But I don't think the marshals would have been very happy, because clearly they're on this guy's side for some reason. Even though he's a maniac, he spins people out, but catch up to him on the straight, but he kind of pulls away after that. But I get really close to him in these set of corners, but there's just no way to get through at all. Get so close to him here, I'm sitting bumping the back of his bumper. I don't know if he was braking or letting off the accelerator on the straights, but I was catching up to him so much in the straights, which was quite confusing. Maybe I just had a faster car, but I come up here, try to go over inside, but there's no room because he closes it off every time. But I mean, he's not slow, but he's just a bit dirty. You can see here again, he bumps me into the side of the barrier. I've just got a bit more pace than him. I could have been doing, just drop my mic, could have been doing with being in front of him all the races, but I couldn't really do nothing about it. Back around this corner again, but yeah, he absolutely goes fleeing in front of me and cuts me off once again. And he's just bumping into me all the time. He's a bit dirty. And I'll have to brake here because I thought it was going to hit me into a barrier again, which gives him a little gap, but I easily close it off because I'm quicker than him. catch up to him so much here. Tried to go up side by side with him on the straight, but I thought I should brake because the last time, well, he spun me out. So I decided to go back a little bit just so I didn't die. But I catch up to him so much, I'm bumping him up the hill, which gives him a bit extra speed. Getting so frustrated, I'm starting to, my lines are starting to get messy because of how annoyed I am because I can't get past this guy. But as we come down here, a yellow flag slowly turns into a red flag, and put this in a time lapse because I think this is the longest red flag I've ever seen in my life. But one of the marshals was talking to somebody up just below below the tunnel kind of bit, and I think somebody hurt their leg and they crashed, but there's a marshal talking to them, but we just sat here for ages and ages, and we were just sitting here praying that we were going to get some extra time added on because how long we were sitting here, because sometimes Teamsport is a bit annoying like that and they don't add time. But luckily, when after this yellow flag, one of the marshals were holding up an added time, which was an extra 5 minutes, which we were sitting for about 4 minutes, so that kind of adds up. Still behind this guy on the yellows, and I'm still trying to catch up to him here. Put it in a time lapse because how long it was. As we come around here, I'm right behind him, then he goes wide and I go around his inside and up round, which I was very happy about. But the annoying thing was, that was basically the end of the session. As we come down here, a couple more laps left to this session, which was quite frustrating because I spent this whole session behind that guy, but definitely had a good time in these 3 sessions up at Cambuslang. This is always my favourite track to come to because it's just a really fun track. As we come down here, that's it on yellows, and that is actually the checkered flag for the end of this session. And this was definitely a good 3 sessions got my personal best, which I'm happy about. Definitely be coming back soon, more often than I have been. And we head into the bits to conclude our time at Teamsport Cambuslang. So I hope you guys enjoyed my video back at Teamsport Cambuslang, and make sure to like and subscribe. That would be very helpful. And I'll see you in the next video.